Oh, I love this title music. Hello everyone and welcome back to Metroid Zero Mission. Yeah, another replay along the way, but this one's for a special purpose because today, the day that this particular part's being uploaded, is the 10th anniversary of this game's release. So booyah. And I like how the file from my old playthrough is still on this ROM. Gotta love that stuff. Planet Zebes. I called this place home once, long ago, in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now, I shall finally tell the tale of my first battle here, my so-called Zero Mission, Samus Aran. Shouldn't that technically be first mission, because this is the first game she was ever technically in, because this is a remake of the original Metroid, released in '87 for the NES. And go right to the left, by the way, for your first power-up, which is the Morph Ball. Press down twice, and you can turn into a ball to go through one block-tall passageways. So booyah! Yes, this is the remake of the original Metroid, released February 9th, 2004, and, well, I already did a Let's Play of it, but, well, as I mentioned before, since it's turning 10, I decided to do it again. Like the last time, this is not a 100% run, this is just a pure speed run and getting items I know are there along the way. And here we get introduced how this game does its linearity system. As most of you probably know, Metroid is not a linear series, certain games aside. And while this game has a system that Fusion technically has as well, where you know where you have to go via those Chozo statues, you just don't know how to get there. Now, the basic story here is that the Galactic Federation, which is pretty much the space cops, have contracted us to destroy all Metroids and eliminate Mother Brain, who is leading a band of space pirates. Pretty much. And we're on Zebes, which is the planet that Samus was actually raised on as a kid, because her parents were murdered right in front of her by a space pirate captain as a child. And, well, this is the retelling of her journey as a rookie, pretty much. And we got our second power-up, Long Beam. Now we can shoot all the way across the screen instead of just the pathetic half-screenshot that we've had before. This would later become her default beam in every other game in the series. And now I have to go up here, which is actually... No, this isn't a unique area. Well, sort of. Now, this is a remake, but it also changes quite a bit from the original game in terms of map layouts. The basic ideas are still there, but it still overall changes like 90% of what's going on. Fun fact, this part scared me as a kid. I don't know why. But that is a long-term goal. The end game is just past there. So we need to find a way to open that mysterious statue. You can actually glitch your way past that room if you know what you're doing in the NES version. And we got this thing, which is technically a boss, but if you just spam the fire button, you should win no problem. And one thing I want to say right now, I'm probably going to repeat this in every part, but I bloody love this game's soundtrack. It's absolute awesomeness. And now, there are certain power-ups the game doesn't actually tell you how to get, or show you how to get, actually, because there are certain ones which you have to get without the game even telling you. But we'll get into that later. Now, that's the way you're supposed to go, but you can also blow up the ceiling above you, so watch out for that. Well, not really watch out. You can use that to your advantage if you know what you're doing. And now the power we want to get is past that red door, but we can't open that just yet. That's a non-earthquake. That wasn't there in the NES version. And here we get the missiles. Missiles are pretty much your boss destroyers. They're pretty much the only way you can damage bosses, actually. Because your beam power-ups don't do crap unless you use a certain other ability. Anyway, hold R and press B to fire them. And oh my god, Game Boy Advance exclusive boss. This guy is only in this version of the game. I have no idea what this guy's name is. All I know is that he's pathetically easy. Shoot him in the eye with a missile 3 times and he goes down. And by killing him, we get a power-up that's exclusive to the remake, the Charge Beam, which was introduced in Super Metroid, I believe. Hold down the B button to charge and release it to fire. A much more powerful shot. And if you do the somersault jump while you're charging your beam, you can actually hit the enemy with it. I think it does damage roughly equivalent to a single charge shot. And this is me thinking I can jump up there right just by using the wall jump, which I'll get into how that works towards the end of this video, actually. But since I don't have a certain power from the end of the video, I can't do it yet. Well, use it effectively. Anyway, the missiles will allow you to open red doors, so now we can progress into this area, so yay. Anyway, go over here for what is the first collectible you can really find that's not required. Because I know there is a minimum percentage run that only uses like these 5 standard missiles. And we find our first missile tank that we can actually get as an extra. Because in the game there are items you can collect to increase your stock of certain items. There's a lot of missiles and a lot of other items that you can get that count towards your percentage. However, I'm not sure what the minimum is that you can use. I believe the minimum you really need is just those 5, though. If you know what you're doing, though. That's the thing. By the way, if you haven't beaten the boss with the charge beam yet, I don't recommend you use missiles on those things because... Well, actually no, but you can because there's this missile pack right here. Because if you didn't beat that boss earlier that gave me the charge beam, it would have showed up in that area right there. And here we get our first energy tank, rather. That pretty much increases our life. Now we have that little red square, that is a full another 100 units of health. So now instead of just having 99, we have around 199, or probably more accurately 200. And this is the only kind of this room we'll be showing off in the game, aside from a required one. This is a map room. Just pretty much shows you the basic map of the area you're in. Fairly simple stuff. However, certain rooms are excluded from it, like hidden paths and areas that you're not supposed to realize that are there unless you explore yourself. They're just basic maps. Don't rely on them completely. And that to the left there with the S on the little mini-map in the top right is the save room. That's pretty basic. It saves your progress. They were non-existent in the original version, because in the original version you had freaking passwords that were like 24 characters long. And there's a certain one I want to get to actually later in the game that's rather humorous. Although what's really weird is that the Famicom version had a save system. Anyway, we just got the Morphball bombs. Go into a Morphball, press B, place a bomb. Pretty much necessary only for getting through certain Morphball passageways that you can't otherwise, and over here we got a missile tank. I'm probably talking really fast, but this is pretty much a speed run, so I have to keep up with my dialogue as fast as I can, so I'm sorry if I'm hard to understand. Anyway, now that we've done that, this room is now locked. However, bomb this, and a bunch of these little mite things walk through. Enough of them get on you, and you will start losing HP. However, a simple bomb will take them all out if you get them all on you. Speed running tactics, yay! I'm trying to remember what my time was for the first playthrough. I believe it was around an hour and a half. I know my record for this game is an hour 12, though. Though knowing the community, the speedrunning record's probably like a half hour. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I love the soundtrack. Sorry. Anyway, bomb that place and come down here for the next place that you would need to go if you haven't played the game before. And you have these enemies which only show up in, like, I think only 2 rooms in the game, actually. You find the next Chozo statue. I've actually never tried to complete the game without using certain ones which you can pass by. Like, I think you can skip this one and be completely fine. Think is the keyword. I've actually always gotten them out of habit. It's probably not required, though, for all I know. Unlike the navigation rooms in Fusion, which are completely required. Also, if you go into a morph ball into the Chozo statue's hands after they are crouching, they will give you a full HP recovery. I don't think they recover your missiles. I'm probably just being an idiot, though. I know a certain other place that we'll be showing at the end of the video recovers missiles, though. Not that missiles are hard to come by, rather. Because enemies will drop energy pellets and missiles of the varying types later in the game. Now, wait a bit for that one, actually. Of course, that down there on the floor is lava. There are 2 types of lava-like obstacles in the game. There's normal lava, and then there's acid. We won't run into acid until a bit later, though. And someone just Facebook chatted me. Hello. Now, we're coming back here because now that we have the bombs, we can progress past this thing and head down to the other area that the Chozo statue showed off. And by going down this elevator, we will encounter a cutscene. Yeah, whenever those little cutscenes are going to show up, I'm going to be silent. Mostly because they actually have some nice tracks going for them. Albeit they're more atmospheric than anything. Anyway, while the item that it says we have to go for is to the right, we actually have to go to the left first to progress. Because Metroid was one of those first games that introduced the concept of going left to progress, because until then all we really had was Mario and Mega Man, where right was the way to go. Well, no, actually, no, Mega Man came out the same year as the original Metroid. So, Also, I love Norfair's track. Now, there's that little area there. We won't be able to do anything with that until probably next part. So we have to go up here, up this elevator, to a region that's actually exclusive to the remake. Welcome to Criteria. This place was introduced in Super Metroid, I believe. Yeah, it was. And was added to this for added content purposes, obviously. Although I love the track here. Although Criteria itself is actually a very small area. Got a missile tank right there, so if you want more missiles, go for that. Anyway, while I'm out of practice with it, what I just did there to get up that much quicker is the wall jump. I'm going to show it off again there. How you do that is that you jump towards a wall, and the moment you touch the wall, you press the D-pad in the opposite direction and press the jump button. It takes some getting used to, but if you know how to do it, it's pretty much a muscle memory thing at that point. And it's especially usable in this game and Super Metroid, because you can do it on one wall, whereas it's intended to be done on two. I know Fusion made you have to do it on two walls. Love that fanfare. Anyway, what we just got there is a mysterious item that we cannot use at the moment. We'll find out why much, much later. Although it's in the shape of a beam power-up, which is kind of odd. But with that, we can actually destroy these blocks, which we weren't able to do anything about earlier. Although we're more than likely just spacing them out of existence. And what we're in now is another area exclusive to Zero Mission in total, which is, the Chozo Ruins. That's the first time I've ever made it across that without falling down. But we have to fall down here to progress. Blow up this wall, and we'll find the power-up which we were not told to get, but we have to progress. This is the power grip. We can now grab onto ledges that we wouldn't be able to jump on otherwise. Like the one that's just to the right is too high for us to jump up. This is an ability she had in Fusion, but they had to explain how she got it, which begs the question of why she wasn't able to use it in, like, Super Metroid and such. Now, if I was more in practice, I could probably jump up this entire wall with no problem. I think I actually did jump up the entire wall. No, I didn't jump up the entire wall in my original playthrough, but I got close, damn it. I got really close. But with that, we can head back to Norfair and do some other stuff. And that's actually where we're heading now, although we do have to make a quick pit stop in this next room, because this room is actually where we're ending the part. Jump down here, and it might look a bit familiar. This is our ship. It can save and restore all ammunition. But with that, I'm going to need to end things off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And next time, we'll be progressing back through Norfair and seeing what we can find there. See you guys then.